Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, here to make sense out of the senseless right here on SHR Media, Conservative Media done right. That was weird. How is everybody doing? I'm doing pretty good. All right, making sure sound's working this week. Friday, it seems my internet provider, they've been doing some upgrades to the internet. They had a little glitch that shot me offline. So I do apologize for dropping off so quickly. But technicalities like that, you can't predict. Where is... I don't know. I think the world's going to hell in a handbasket, and the Democrats are driving it. Sometimes I think you can't get any stupider, and I think the Democrats take that as a challenge, and they just keep going deeper and deeper down the rabbit hole. These new videos that they're putting out, and they think, oh, well, you know, they're being spread. A lot of people are seeing them. That doesn't make it a good thing. It's not like people going, oh, they're actually making sense. I think I need to, back the Democrat Party. They're looking at them going, holy shit, these people are retarded. And it's, I hate to put it like that, but how else can you put it? And it's not, I'm not making fun and using it in a derogatory of anybody with mental handicaps or any mental disabilities. These people are intentionally being stupid. They're intentionally acting like this. They're intentionally ignoring the mandate that Trump had, that the American people have put forth. And they think they're smarter. And they just, let me tell you something. You're not as smart as you think, people. Oh, let's see. What's the first one we're going to go over? Oh, this whole Elon Musk asking federal workers to name 5 things they did during the week. 5 things. And we're not talking people that are doing classified, top secret, and all that. So I turned to my wife tonight and I asked my wife, my little PA assistant, to name 5 things that she did last week for the whole week. And she started rattling off. Boom, 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 boom. No problem. It took like 2 minutes. When you work in the private sector, it's not uncommon that you have to answer to your bosses of what you did last week. So why in the bloody fucking blue hazes do federal workers think that they are exempt for that? That they don't have to answer what they did? The president of the United States has put this out there. This is what he wants. And he wants Elon Musk to do it. And he's doing it. And if people don't answer, you're going to lose your job. Just because you work for the federal government doesn't mean you're a higher society. You're more protected. You're no better than everybody else. And you need to answer because we are the bosses. We are the bosses, and we are the ones that want this done. But then you get idiots that, I guess her job isn't that important because she's out there doing protests and shit and giving speeches. I guess her job isn't all that important if she could be out there doing that stuff.
When you wake up or when you're on your weekend and you get the fork in the road message, or you get the subsequent 5 bullets, hey, what the hell did you do, you lazy federal worker?
It's not saying that they're lazy. And nowhere does that. It wants to make sure that you're actually doing something and that you're actually alive. It's very simple. And what fork in the road is this to answer what you did? Why are they so afraid to answer? What did you do? And this woman says it all. She's out there in public with no one around her wearing a mask.
This week? How frightening is it?
How frightening your ass to justify and tell your bosses what you did. How frightening is that? Her frail sensibility to answer questions. How dare the American people ask federal workers what exactly they do? Good evening, Biff. BZ, I should say. How are you tonight?
That someone on X, the owner of X, speaks to you directly to say what.
Oh my God, someone spoke to them directly. How dare someone speak to them directly? If she had her nose any further up in the air, if it rained, she would drown. No, I'm not making a threat. If you don't understand that little phrase, look it up. It's not a threat. So I don't get, oh, he made a threat. He's wishing. No, I'm not wishing harm. But if her nose was any further up in the air when it rained, she would drown.
What did you do last week at work? And if you don't answer, I am going to fire you. But even more egregious, the president comes out, the most powerful person in the land.
Your boss, the boss of these federal workers,
and endorses that message.
Oh my God, the boss is saying he wants you to justify what you're doing, to tell him five simple things that you did in a week. 5 simple things that you did in 1 week, people. How hard is that? It'll take you about 2 minutes to fill out. 2 minutes to fill that email out.
How do you think that makes federal workers feel?
I don't give a flying fuck how it makes you feel. If you are that sensitive, you might want to seek psychiatric help. It's a simple question. The fear of getting this email. How dare he speak directly to us? The entitlement of these people is screaming. Do you know what I had to do when I worked ambulance? When I worked EMS? A lot of the companies and townships I worked for, we'd go on duty. First of all, we would have to do a checklist and write everything down, that we found. Then, start of our shift, time, what we did, when we did rate check. If we ran out to get coffee, something to eat, lunch, dinner, whatever, we had to write the mileage. We had to write the time, where we went, the address, and why we went. For every little step we did, we had to write it down. We had to justify, why did we go to that convenience store when there's one closer to the building? Why did we not go to that one? Why did we not go? So it's okay. Everybody else in this fucking country has to do it. But these federal workers, how dare the serfs speak up against us? How dare the serfs want us to justify our existence? Well, do you know what happens when you start treating people like peasants? Look through history. I'm not threatening. I'm just saying, look at history. What happens? They rise up. And right now, we got a political revolution going on. Nonviolent revolution where the American people are getting tired, not just of the Democrat bullshit. We're tired of the Republican bullshit. We're tired of the neocons. We're tired of that deep state. And it's in both parties. We're tired of them enriching themselves, not from a paycheck, from all the other stuff they do on our backs. And they just want to keep on. And that's why I don't understand. Republicans are actually trying to get in line. They're kind of going, okay, we can read the tea leaves on this. We see the direction the country's going, and we need to change, and we need to get in line with what the people are saying. But you got the Democrats going, no, we're going to double down on our retardedness. We're going to keep going down this path that has lowered our numbers, has us at the lowest approval numbers in the history of the Democrat Party. We're going to keep doubling down, and now we're going to get violent. Because, yes, they are getting violent out there, people. And we'll go over that a little bit later. Actually, no, we're going to go over it now. I forgot I had it set up for next. And, yes, this, to me, is violence. I don't know how other people will come to this, but I think this is violence. And here we go.
Oh my gosh, a Tesla Cybertruck is on fire. All right. There's a fleet of Cybertrucks right now.
And it's no, the Cybertruck did not burst into flames on its own.
Unbelievable. Seattle fire on the scene.
So you gotta get off the property.
Breaking news. I'm sorry?
Get off the property.
All right, you've got dozens of firefighters now putting out flames on the Cybertruck. Absolutely insane. Look, you still see flames right underneath the Cybertruck.
And these are the same people that are doing this. Are the same people that cry about climate change and, oh, we got to protect the environment. Oh, we can't have that smoke. You can't have a barbecue because it's going to pollute the air. But they're going around lighting fucking Teslas on fire, spewing toxic fumes into the air. Someone make that make sense to me, because you're gonna hear that's gonna be the theme of the show. Make it make sense to me. Because there's one on here. Holy shit. Oh. And I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure the Congresswoman is also an attorney. But I could be wrong on that. But this is, they're vandalizing buildings. They're vandalizing the vehicles on these lots. And what's messed up is, if I read it right, most of your Tesla dealerships are privately owned. Like a lot of places. They got to buy those cars outright. So you're not hurting Elon Musk. You're hurting that business owner. That local business owner. That's the one you're hurting. But it goes to the Democrat Party. And they're losing it massively, as you'll see on several items tonight. They are losing it. Absolutely losing it. And it's getting a little scary out there. I mean, now you got, I don't know if I saved it. InfoWars. You have one of the reporters that was just shot and killed. It hasn't been confirmed, but if I remember right, because I was looking at right before I came on air, it happened right outside their building. Ooh, I gotta say that article. Let me see if I can pull it up. InfoWars reporter Jamie White was brutally murdered in Austin last night after leaving InfoWars studio and returning home. Now, it will not surprise me if it was some lefty that's lost their mind, as we've seen time and time again, because they don't like InfoWars. And when they don't like something, they get violent. And what we've had over the last several years to decades is the George Soros prosecutors and DAs that have been lax on crime, violent crime, no less. So these people are emboldened to go out and commit these crimes, and not worrying about any repercussions. They think they're going to get off. And in some towns and cities, you will get off. You have the Letitia James, the Alvin Braggs of the world that are not prosecuting violent crimes. They're making up crimes to go after political opponents, but they're not going after actual criminals, and they're letting them walk. We've seen it time and time again in New York City. That's why the crime rate in New York City is up, Los Angeles, and so forth, and Chicago, because you got soft prosecutors that don't want to prosecute actual crimes. And then you have idiots like this. And he always uses the same words. And you know what? People are just tuning his ass out. They really are. Oh, hang on. And listen to what he actually says.
Just finished up a telephone town hall meeting with my dynamic sister, our Attorney General, Tish James, and my team informs me that some far-right extremists have introduced a resolution to try to throw Democratic members of the House off.
Now, what I want to ask you, what the flying fuck does Letitia James have to do with anything in the House? Can anybody answer that question? She's not a House member. She has nothing to do with the federal government. So why is he bringing her up? And yes, the Republicans have brought up to censure and remove several Democrats for the childish antics that they pulled the other day on the House floor for interrupting and causing an insurrection, as they put it, because interrupting Congress is an insurrection, according to Democrats and cocksuckers like Hakeem Extreme Jeffries. He ran his mouth for years. Oh, they interrupted Congress. It's insurrection. Well, what the fuck do you think you did and your colleagues? And I use that term very loosely, calling them colleagues, because they are more children.
Of our committees. That resolution is going nowhere. You ain't throwing no one off of any single committee.
This man thinks he's in charge. It's kind of funny because the Republicans censured Al Green, including 10 Democrats went over the line and voted for it. And Democrats went over the line. Don't forget, if you want to join the conversation, just jump onto YouTube, go to SHR Media, and join the conversation. We got a live chat going, and we'll be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Ever dream of escaping the daily grind? At Escapist Travel and Tours, we make those dreams your reality. From breathtaking adventures to cultural immersions, we offer escapes tailored just for you. Let us take you to places where every moment feels like a new chapter in your life's adventure. Visit www.escapist.travel or call us today at 1-855-585-81776. Your escape awaits.
Attention, all patriotic women of faith. Yep, I'm talking to you, sis. Are you looking for high-quality, super soft apparel that reflects your love for country and your devotion to God? Look no further than Carry Girl Gear. Picture this. You rocking a tee so soft it's like being hugged by a cloud, all while showing off your love for God and country. Sounds dreamy, right? Well, welcome to reality, babes, because that's what we're all about here at Carry Girl Gear. We specialize in super soft tees, tanks, and more, designed specifically for the strong, patriotic women who proudly wants to carry their message of faith and freedom. When you shop with us, you're not just getting a t-shirt. You're joining a community of like-minded women who are proud to wear their beliefs straight on their tees. So whether you're sipping sweet tea on the porch or leading the charge for faith and freedom, do it in a Carry Girl tee. Because life's too short for stiff, boring tees. CarryGirl.com, where faith and freedom meets fashion.
Come listen to BZ's Berserk Bobcat Saloon Radio Show. Live on select and exclusive Tuesday and Thursday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Central, and 8 p.m. Pacific on the SHR Media Rumble channel, SHR Media YouTube channel, X, Twitch, Spreaker, and wherever great conservative podcasts are found. BZ, your conservative Sherpa, guides you through the maelstrom of Democrat, leftist, and globalist lies, chaos, deceit, and betrayal. Raised as a free-range child with dirt, stains, mud, and freedom, BZ broadcasts from North Idaho, comfortably surrounded by actual normal people. Jump into our plush, sumptuous, palatial, and resplendent chat room on rumble.com. Click on live chat to join. Now, with 37% more umbrage and 19% more bulbosity than previous shows, featuring delicious Liberty additives for the best in late-night conservatarian talk radio. BZ reminds you that with great beard comes great responsibility. No chinchillas were harmed, embarrassed, fat-shamed, or the focus of any sarcasm whatsoever in the making of this ad.
What is the Edge of Liberty? News, politics, commentary, sarcasm, alcohol, and high blood pressure. It's as American as a good revolution. So tune in every Monday and Friday at 12 Pacific, 3 p.m. on the East Coast on the SHR Media Network and KLRN Radio. For details, visit www.shrmedia.com.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
And welcome back to the Reaver Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe, here to make sense out of the senseless. Right here on SHR Media, conservative media done right. Tonight's theme is Make It Make Sense, please. Make it make sense. All right, let's go back to Hakeem Extreme Jeffries, the original election denier. Sean, hope you feel better. I know those friggin' migraines suck. Let's see. Where are we at? I mean, and he still thinks he's in charge, and he's not. Actually, he was never in charge. But Mike Johnson gave him a little too much power, and he still thinks he has it.
These people are malignant clowns. Andy Ogles is a fraud. A complete and total fraud. You aren't throwing anyone off of any committee in the House of Representatives. Don't make me expose you to folks who don't know you.
So now he's throwing threats out there. Don't make me expose you. How about we expose you, Hakeem Extreme Jeffries, the Timu Obama? A lot of us are getting tired of your shit. And maybe you need to be exposed to your doings. Because let me tell you, now I hope the Republicans double down and 100% throw those people off committees just to stick it right up your ass. The American people are tired of your bullshit. They're tired of the childish behavior out of the Democrat Party. Your own supporters are telling you this, and you don't want to listen. You're too much in your own head and think you know better than everybody else. You're smarter than everybody else. If you were smart, you wouldn't have elected David Hogg as co-chair. I said it before, and I'll say it again. That kid will do more damage to the party than any Republican ever could. So keep making threats. And right there, he ought to be censured for that. He's threatening a member of the House. That was it. I told you there's also a theme of violence that's going on here. It is going to be a short little section. Let me wake me up before you go. I saw a Cybertruck in my city for the first time yesterday. It made my blood boil. I had to resist the urge to follow a guy into the mall parking lot and kick the shit out of him. That's how I feel about supporting Elon. And he backs it up. I'm not kidding. It crossed my mind. Then I thought about just putting a rock through the windshield while it's charging at Lime Ridge Mall. Maybe next time. Well, anybody at Lime Ridge Mall that has a Cybertruck that gets damaged, Coffee Times News is your first suspect. I don't know what these idiots think. Let me go on Twitter and make threats. Threats of violence. But then they call us the violent ones. That's the one that burns my ass. We're the violent ones. They're the ones actually causing violence, threatening violence. But because we say we want a country with legal immigration, law-abiding citizens, balanced budgets, we're hateful. Here's what I don't. Would you go out and take a loan, let's say for $2 million? We're going to take a loan for $2 million. Because I want to give it to somebody, and they're going to give it away. Well, wait, let me back that up. I'm going to take the loan. And then that money I borrowed, I'm just going to give it away to other people. I'm not going to pay the loan back. And the person that, well, man, I really fucked that up, didn't I, in my head? I think you understand what I'm talking about. Hopefully you do. Why would someone go out, take a loan, give the money to somebody, and they're just going to give it to everybody else and never repay that loan back? But I have to pay, or you would have to pay that loan back. That'd be pretty stupid of you, wouldn't it? And I don't think there's a person on this earth that would actually go out there and take the loan out to give the money to somebody else that'll never pay it back, but you have to repay the loan. Well, that's what we do as a country. We're taking money, borrowing money from China. Okay? We're going to have to pay China back. And we pay back with interest and all that, yada, yada. But we take that money and give it to other countries. You know what? Why don't they go to China and get the money from China? Why are we taking the loan out that we'll never get paid back on, that we will have to pay back? It does not make sense at all. Zero. Zilch. None. And that's why I can't stop talking about this, because that is what our country is doing. And here's your co-chair right now. Okay? Just came up. This is your co-chair of the Democrat Party. And this screams it all. And he thinks it's smart to go out there and put this tweet out there. Where'd it go? There it is. Here, let me share it with you. Then we'll play the video. Fuck Donald Trump and his authoritarianism. Trump needs young people to be afraid and shut down, so we can't stand up against him. Fuck him and fuck this administration. No matter what your political leanings are, this should piss everybody off. The president is eviscerating our Constitution. That's why he increased his youth vote, because people are getting tired of the bullshit and they're waking up. But this little shit doesn't care about the country. Does not care about this country as long as he makes money. That's all the fuck he's in this for. You could see it when he learned that he can make money off of dead kids. And that's what he does.
Today, the Trump administration took one more step on their authoritarian march, detaining Palestinian student and recent graduate of Columbia University, Mahmoud Khalil. When ICE agents detained him, he was next to his wife, who's been pregnant for 8 months. And when his lawyers called the ICE agents who were detaining him to ask for a warrant, they literally hung up on his lawyer. This is a blatant violation of the Constitution. This is a blatant violation of our rights. And this is a threat to Americans everywhere. Regardless of whether or not you're a Democrat, Republican, independent, or otherwise, all of us need to be extremely concerned about this. Donald Trump is trying to shut down.
And that guy was pushing Hamas, a terrorist. He was siding with terrorists. He was pushing terrorist ideology. He was pushing anti-Jewish sentiments. And you little cocksucker, are backing it. The Democrat Party, and I don't understand how Jewish people still back the fucking Democrat Party. They are backing Hamas. They are backing Palestine. They want to see Jews wiped off the map. That's what Hamas stands for. And that's what the Democrat Party, and that's what this little cocksucker is backing. The destruction of Jews, period. I'm not even talking about the country. They want all Jews dead. And he's backing it. And that's what this kid that got arrested by ICE out of college was locking down dorms, terrorizing Jewish students. And the Democrat Party does not give a shit. They're not going after this kid for the fun of it or because he's spouting Democrat. No. He was spouting pro-terrorist talking points. And David Hogg is sticking up for that. Remember that, Democrats. When it's time for election, he is backing anti-Israel sentiment. And I don't understand how Democrats keep backing that party. Make it make sense. It's in basically the charter of Palestine and Hamas with the leadership to destroy all Jewish people, not just Israel, all Jewish people. And it kind of, I do. It makes me want to bang my head against the wall because I just don't understand it. I just don't. Make it make sense, and no one can. Because there is no sense. You want to know how bad it is with the Democrat Party right now? Which one was it? It is. They're upset. Because J.D. Vance said he was going for a walk with his daughter. Oh my fucking God, a father who spends time with his daughter. Maybe, JoJo, if your father spent more time with you, maybe took you for a couple walks, you wouldn't be such a dumbass. I'm sick of playing nice with these people. I really am. And I'm trying to be nice. I try. But after a while, it gets tiresome. Edge. Where the hell did? There it is. David Hogg sitting there spousing that. The guy was arrested by ICE for protesting at a college and locking it down and putting Jewish students in fear. Going after Jewish students, blocking them from going to class. Why is that not up and running? I have a lot of issues lately with my software because it doesn't look like I'm up and running. This is weird. Oh, I got some work to do when I get done tonight. Some things. Might have been an update or something that I didn't realize. Doesn't look like I'm on Twitter tonight. Oh, boy. I know I'm on YouTube. Let me check one thing real quick. Then we'll get back to talking about the news and all that. We're getting close to the final segment. Okay, I am on Rumble. All right. So the two main ones are up and running. Everybody, don't forget, if you could, we're trying to hit 500 on YouTube because it puts us into another bracket. If you can just be so kind and give that like button a smash and the subscribe button, we'd really appreciate it. It helps us out. It's free. It's something that we want to give to you. Just kidding. If you could do that, we'd really, really appreciate it. It helps us out tremendously. I mean, the money we spend on all this, and we enjoy doing it. I have fun. BZ has fun. Big Earl has fun. Sackhead Sean has fun. We all enjoy it, and we spend a lot of money on doing this. Also, I want to let you know that there's going to be no Edge of Liberty tonight. Sackhead Sean has a severe migraine. I know how they feel. When you get a migraine, there ain't shit you're going to do except sleep. All right, we're going to hit the break about 30 seconds early, and then we'll be back, and I got some good videos for you. If this doesn't blow your mind, I don't know what will. We'll be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Ever dream of escaping the daily grind? At Escapist Travel and Tours, we make those dreams your reality. From breathtaking adventures to cultural immersions, we offer escapes tailored just for you. Let us take you to places where every moment feels like a new chapter in your life's adventure. Visit www.escapist.travel or call us today at 1-855-885-81776. Your escape awaits.
Attention, all patriotic women of faith. Yep, I'm talking to you, sis. Are you looking for high-quality, super soft apparel that reflects your love for country and your devotion to God? Look no further than Carry Girl Gear. Picture this. You rocking a tee so soft it's like being hugged by a cloud, all while showing off your love for God and country. Sounds dreamy, right? Well, welcome to reality, babes, because that's what we're all about here at Carry Girl Gear. We specialize in super soft tees, tanks, and more, designed specifically for the strong, patriotic woman who proudly wants to carry their message of faith and freedom. When you shop with us, you're not just getting a t-shirt. You're joining a community of like-minded women who are proud to wear their beliefs straight on their tees. So whether you're sipping sweet tea on the porch or leading the charge for faith and freedom, do it in a Carry Girl tee. Because life's too short for stiff, boring tees. CarryGirl.com, where faith and freedom meets fashion.
Come listen to BZ's Berserk Bobcat Saloon Radio Show. Live on select and exclusive Tuesday and Thursday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Central, and 8 p.m. Pacific on the SHR Media Rumble channel, SHR Media YouTube channel, X, Twitch, Spreaker, and wherever great conservative podcasts are found. BZ, your conservative Sherpa, guides you through the maelstrom of Democrat, leftist, and globalist lies, chaos, deceit, and betrayal. Raised as a free-range child with dirt, stains, mud, and freedom, BZ broadcasts from North Idaho, comfortably surrounded by actual normal people. Jump into our plush, sumptuous, palatial, and resplendent chat room on rumble.com. Click on live chat to join. Now, with 37% more umbrage and 19% more bulbosity than previous shows, featuring delicious Liberty additives for the best in late-night conservatarian talk radio. BZ reminds you that with great beard comes great responsibility. No chinchillas were harmed, embarrassed, fat-shamed, or the focus of any sarcasm whatsoever in the making of this ad.
What is the Edge of Liberty? News, politics, commentary, sarcasm, alcohol, and high blood pressure. It's as American as a good revolution. So tune in every Monday and Friday at 12 Pacific, 3 p.m. on the East Coast on the SHR Media Network and KLRN Radio. For details, visit www.shrmedia.com.
What do I want to do next before I get into I'm going to go over an article. Representative Tlaib becomes the lone House lawmaker opposing cracking down on Mexican cartels' border tunnel system. Understand that. She was the lone House lawmaker opposing this. The House of Representatives passed a bill aimed at cracking down on Mexican cartels' use of tunnels underneath the southwest border to smuggle illegal immigrants and illicit items into the United States. The bill passed with overwhelming bipartisan support and a 402-1. That one lone dissenter being Representative Rashida Tlaib. I'm probably butchering her name, and I really don't give a shit. When you do stupid shit like that, you don't deserve me to learn how to say your name. The bill is led by Representative Eli Crane, a Republican from Arizona, but enjoys bipartisan support thanks to its lone Democrat co-sponsor, Representative Lou Correll, Democrat from California. It is also backed by 6 other House Republicans. The legislative, titled the Subterranean Border Defense Act, would direct U.S. Customs and Border Patrol or Border Protection to submit an annual report to Congress about cartels' use of tunnels and how U.S. law enforcement was looking to combat it. Since the 1990s, officials have discovered more than 140 tunnels that have breached the U.S. border, with an 80% increase in tunnel activity occurring since 2008. With border crossing thankfully going down since January, I think it's safe to assume this will drive threats to our border underground through these tunnels. Debate on the bill was brief on Monday afternoon, lasting less than 10 minutes. Just Corella and Crane spoke, with no lawmakers rising to oppose the bill. I believe this bill is an important step in that right direction, Corella said. It is a rare show of bipartisanship in the House today. You next to never get that kind of support. House leaders held the vote under suspension of rules, meaning the legislation was fast-tracked to a final House-wide vote in exchange for raising the threshold for passage from a simple majority to 2/3. It's what House GOP leaders have done for critical legislation that is expected to receive wide bipartisan support. And yet, she voted against it. Why would she vote against something that seems so simple that everybody can get behind? Make it make sense, please. Make it make sense. I don't think there's a person out there that can make it actually make sense. It's I don't know. I just every time you think they get to the bottom of the barrel, they go even further. Now, if anybody was on X today, you'll know they had a cyber attack. And I'm just going to play it. I don't know how much I'm going to comment on it because I think it's going to say it without me saying anything.
Shut it down and may have been foreign sourced. Yes. It's a big story. You want to give us a moment on that?
Well, we're not sure exactly what happened, but there was a massive cyber attack to try to bring down the X system with IP addresses originating in the Ukraine area.
There was a cyber attack on X today, which shut it down and may have been foreign sourced. Yes. It's a big story. You want to give us a moment on that?
Well, we're not sure exactly what happened, but there was a massive cyber attack to try to bring down the X system with IP addresses originating in the Ukraine area.
I wonder who did it. I wonder who did it. It's official. DNI Tulsi Gabbard, per POTUS directive, I have revoked security clearances and barred access to classified information for Anthony Blinken, Jake Sullivan, Lisa Monaco, Mark something, Norman Eisel, Letitia James, Alvin Braggs, and Andrew Weissman, along with the 51 signers of the Hunter Biden disinformation letter. The president's daily brief is no longer being provided to former President Biden. They have all shown that they are not trustworthy enough to have this information. They have used it for political gains. They have used this for political retribution. But it's always the left that blames the right for doing this. But I'm only seeing the left doing it. That's the funny part. All right, there's going to be two videos of the same thing. I just want to make sure that you're able to understand what this Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett is saying. Now, I think, let me search this real quick. If I'm reading it right, yes, she's an attorney. So you would think she would know better. You would think. And why I'm showing this one first, to show this is on MSNBC, because I thought maybe it was AI generated. That's how bad this is. I thought it was AI generated, that no sane human in this country would come out and say this.
It is not a criminal violation to enter the country illegally. It's not a criminal. It's a crime. It's not a crime, which is why they're so frustrated, because they really want our local law enforcement to go out and round up people when they could be looking out for the murderers and the sexual abusers as well as the robbers. They want them to go and round people up on civil accusations. And so
just in case you couldn't understand or didn't hear what she was saying, I'm going to pop this one up, because it's the original one I saw, and I thought, wait a minute, no. That's it. Which one is it? Hang on. Technical difficulty. There it is. Wait. Don't try to start without me saying start. All right. So this got subtitles. I'm going to stop it along the way.
It is not a criminal violation to enter the country illegally. It is not a criminal violation.
It is not a criminal violation. It is not a criminal violation to enter
the country.
To enter the country illegally. It is not a criminal violation to rob a bank illegally. How can you be an attorney and make such an asinine statement? It just here.
It is not a criminal violation to enter the country illegally. It's not a criminal. It's a crime. It's not a crime, which is why they're so frustrated, because they really want our local.
The only one that's frustrated is the Democrat Party themselves. They're the only ones I hear frustration coming out of. That we're actually securing our border, deporting hardened criminal illegal aliens. And it's not like we're even right now deporting illegals that just came in here illegally. For the most part, this is a lot of it is those that have committed heinous crimes. And she is, well,
law enforcement to go out and round up people when they could be looking out for the murderers and the sexual abusers, as well as the robbers.
And who are a lot that we're deporting right now? The murderers, the rapists, the thieves. That's what's going out. And again, the Democrat Party is trying to stick up for criminals. As she sits there and says,
it is not a criminal violation to enter the country illegally. It's not a criminal.
I know sometimes you'll say things just that is a blatant, and one of the reasons they're trying to say that is it's now being stated, don't know on fact yet, that AOC's, I think it was campaign chair person, was an illegal alien who just happened to now all of a sudden self-deportated themselves and left AOC holding this bag because it appears that she hired a campaign manager that was an illegal alien and was paying federal taxes and Social Security for that person. The only way you can do that is if they have a fake Social Security. How do you get fake Social Securities? You buy it from identity thieves. So it's appearing like AOC is involved in identity theft. From where I'm sitting, that's what it looks like. If these accusations are true that this guy was an illegal alien, the only way you could pay federal income tax is to have a fake Social Security. So now the Democrats are going to go out there and try to cover.
It is not a criminal violation to enter the country illegally.
But yet, it is a violation. That's the problem. It is against the law to come in this country illegally. And if you want, where the heck is it? I think I have it. It is specifically 8 USC code 1325. Take a look at it, people. It is a crime. to enter this country. It is a crime to help illegal aliens. It is a crime to promote illegal crossings. But they keep on doing it. And they think they're justified for it. They think they're justified for the violence. Because we have politicians running out there saying Hitler and Nazis and all that, and it riles people up to violence. And I'm getting tired of this shit with, oh, they're going to make cuts to Social Security. Cutting out fraud and waste is not making cuts to Social Security. It's going to make it so it's around for many years to come. But you get Democrats that are going to twist this shit so they can beat their little drum. And say, oh, the big bad Republicans want to cut Social Security because they love fear-mongering. Because they don't have facts. They don't have truth on their side. They only have fear-mongering. Time and time again, they go out there and fearmonger. And they use Social Security and they use these elderly to try to force fearmonger them into voting for them. When no one wants to take it from them. But we want to cut the waste. So there's still a Social Security there. So those that put into it will have it. But there's so much waste going on. It's people that aren't even in this country, U.S. citizens, and they're getting it. You get people coming from other countries, and don't tell me it doesn't happen, because I know people that have done it. They come from other countries, never put a fucking dime into this country, and they come here at the age of 65 because their country has no retirement. So they come here and they get Social Security. They're not supposed to. Illegal aliens aren't supposed to be put onto Medicaid. They are. They have been. You got states giving them free health care. Not supposed to happen, but it's happening. They have no truth behind them, only fear-mongering. That's all they have, people. And a lot of us are getting tired. We've been tired. It's just getting sad state. The same bullshit over and over and over again. Now with that, that's going to be the end of the show. I want to thank everybody who spent the time with me, came out to see me. I got to work the bugs out on this software to see what the hell is going on with this software. Until Friday. That's right, Friday. Tomorrow will be BZ. Wednesday will be Sean and the Edge of Liberty. And Thursday, BZ, and I'll be back Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on SHR Media. Peace.